Hello everybody, Fuzzfinger here and welcome back to Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2. We're going to the final zone today, the first act of the final zone, which is the Death Egg Mark II. I think I'm starting to lose count now of how many Sonic games the Death Egg has in fact been in, but it seems to be Robotnik or Eggman's main base of operations, so I guess there's no surprise we are seeing it once again. So there are basically two acts to this zone, and each act is a boss fight. The first, which we are doing now, is against the Metal Sonic, the final duel I suppose, and it's composed of two parts. So the first part we are just heading to. There's a section where we can collect loads of rings first, which is always nice. I'm kind of hoping, as I mentioned before, that if you collect all the emeralds, that you can in fact become supersonic on the boss fights, which will be a change from the episode 1 version of the game where you couldn't collect enough rings to do so. But with 115 rings we've got an extra life which is always nice, and here is the first part of the fight. And the main objective is to, I have done this before by the way, once before, it's not too difficult. The main objective is to get past Robotnik here in order to attack the blue Sonic, the Metal Sonic rather. Obviously you can't hit him while he's purple and flashing, that will hurt. So a good trick is to use the Supersonic Spin Special Dash Tails attack to get through, that's what I call it. And that will hopefully get you through in time to hit him. Although I'm not doing particularly well here, am I? No. Okay, so there's a good example of how you don't do it. Fortunately there is a lamppost, so you haven't got to go through the entirety of the first part of this level again. I'll try and concentrate a little bit more this time. So this is the best way, I think. You can just about get through in time, but it is hard to get back. So try not to lose my rings, or not, to get some back. And I've lost them again. Hopefully... okay, we've got 4 rings, L5, or not. It is a little bit manic, I'll say that for sure. You've only got to hit him 2 or 3 times I think though, and you can complete this part then quite easy. Sorry folks, just trying to concentrate on this. It is hard to commentate and play at the same time. And go. Oh yes, hopefully that'll be enough. And I think it is. Although it's not over yet, as I mentioned, this does come in 2 parts, this fight. For now we have to run quite a long gauntlet in order to get to the next part. There was a shield there but I've missed it. We've got a lot of rings to collect, which is nice to try and get an extra life in case you need it, and you might end up doing in fact. One of the main areas of improvement over the previous episode in this game is definitely the boss fights, without question. They're a lot more fun, a lot more entertaining, if not a bit more difficult as well, to be honest. Get that extra life. There are no other enemies here, so you just got to really avoid the spikes and try and get your head around all this confusing gravity that it's giving us. Was it in Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3, one of those where we had the Death Egg? You had to run upside down. Well, that mechanic's back anyway, isn't it, as you can see? Although it's evolved a little bit, and it's a little bit more confusing, but as I mentioned, fortunately there are no other enemies, so you should be able to keep the rings you collect. And I don't want to get a game over if I can help it on the last boss, so I am going to get those rings because I would like an extra life. We need 16 more rings, 100 of course being the target, as with every other Sonic game. It's funny, in the previous episode, you pretty much gained extra lives all over the place, especially in one of the casino levels. I can't remember which one it was, but I literally had about 200 extra lives by the time I reached the last boss. Not the case in this game, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I should say, because it was quite ridiculous before. And here we go. Now this is basically a race. That 100 is the start of a countdown, and basically the first to get to the end is of course the winner. If Blue Sonic reaches the end first, then you will have to start again, losing a life. If you get to the end first, then you complete the level. Sounds simple, and it is quite actually, although I seem to be struggling a bit here. I don't think we're going to do it this time. I've just messed up too much. Those things can crush you if they land on you, so you want to try and get to the other side before they close. That does slow Metal Sonic down a bit because he has to break them. On the other hand, if he gets through them first, then you have to break them. And we've definitely not done it this time. He's probably already waiting for us. Yep, he's in front. Of course, you haven't got to complete the first part of this act again. You can go straight to this race once you die. Unless, of course, you get a game over, then you would have to start from the beginning, which is why I recommend collecting some extra lives. Ah! Did not want to miss that. And did not want to start flying either with Tails. We are ahead of him, just. Let's try and stay ahead. Oh, not good. I think he's just gone past, hasn't he? This isn't good. Oh no, there he is, but he's definitely going ahead now. Oh, will you... Oh. It was going well up until the end. Yeah, it might take you a couple of attempts. Right. I've got a good feeling we're going to do it this time. Okay, let's go please. I'm not going to try using all the special abilities like the Super Sonic Spin Special Dash Tails attack, for instance, since it's actually more trouble than it's worth, and it's harder to control and jump over all the platforms and whatnot. Oh no, come back here, you little blue thing. I really hope he's behind us. I think he is actually. Yes, we did it. That's it. That's the end of the first act. Different and quite fun, in fact. Hope it doesn't cause you too much trouble. But next we have the final act and the final boss. So look forward to that. It is actually quite challenging. I've had a go at it. But for now, thank you very much for joining me. I've been Fuzzfinger. I'll see you next time.